cool. Whenever you're ready, Lappy. All right, cool. We're live. So this is the ToonFest for Charity live stream. We're here to promote some fundraising in Atlanta. Here we have Ashley from Game Design. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself first on what you do on the team?
I'm Ashley. I'm a game design coordinator for Toontown Rewritten. So I help plan out new additions to the game, oversee the other game designers. It's less technical and more creative, and it's pretty fun. I've been on the team for like about a year and a half now. So yeah, that's me in my position.
Cassidy, do you want to go next?
Hey, my name's Cassidy. I'm a concept artist and 3D animator for the team. I just joined in March.
Awesome. Daniel?
Yeah, I'm Daniel. I'm a 3D artist, texture artist, animation. Been on the team since August of 2018, I believe, somewhere around there. And yeah, I'm also trying to go into a bit more of game design nowadays, but traditionally a lot of art on the team over the years. So
Yeah, that's awesome, Daniel. Danny?
Hello, I'm Danny. I'm a social media specialist with the team, and I'm coming up almost to the day on 1 year on the team.
That's awesome. Gigi?
Hi, I'm Gigi. I'm a game moderator and a Discord moderator. And actually, today it's my first anniversary in the team, so that's fun.
And my name's Ro. I'm the lead producer for Toontown Rewritten, and I'm helping most of our projects come to life and helping with the organization of that. So I guess we could just start playing some games if we wanted to. Does anybody want to do anything fun in game, or like do like a competition of like Chinese checkers or something, since we got a big roster of people here or something?
I am no good at Chinese checkers, which might make it interesting, I
We
suppose.
could race.
Yeah.
I need
Race.
racing.
Ooh, racing. I am also not good at racing, but it is fun.
Neither am I, but I need
Yeah.
those lap points.
I'm
Oh,
actually almost
VP.
done with maxing racing.
Looks like
Shout out to
people
the
are
people
asking
that
for
got
VP.
complimenting
People
the
want
Taylor
VP.
Swift.
What we doing, guys? What are we dropping? What are we dropping, boys?
I don't know. That's your call, Danny.
All right,
Hmm.
let's
We do a Fortnite stream instead.
No.
No.
we
Like, Toontown only.
that's an old game at this point. Not a bad game, but just a little bit outdated.
Toontown Rewritten is the future, the past, and the present. Going on 10 years
Exactly.
of Toontown Rewritten, which is just insane to me. Let's see. Is there anything in chat that people are like begging for? I don't know if we've got any people talking in there. Otherwise, I think racing would be a lot of fun.
I think people were asking for VP, but I also
Ooh.
don't mind what we do.
I actually need 7 VPs. That lines up. Does anyone want to do a VP?
I'll
I
do
like
it. I'll
VP,
do
so
it.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to share their screen, or shall I? Oh, I got doggies.
I feel like it's gonna be embarrassing if I live stream mine, because I know I'm gonna make a mistake of some sort, and then everyone's gonna be like, "That's wrong."
Hmm.
I don't have a promotion, unfortunately.
You're not maxed in
Oh,
Selbach?
no.
No?
No.
Oh, wow.
That's so sad.
All right, let
You
me.
think I have time for that?
How many merits do you need?
890.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's not too bad.
All right, well, let me see what district I'm in, and we can open up the
I'm in
lobby for
Flat
people
Summit,
to.
which I don't want to be in, to be honest, because it's too crowded.
I can do a CJ.
I'm not
I
sure if
can't
I have a
afford a
CJ promo. Oh,
CJ.
I don't.
Let's
Hmm.
go to the most deserted. Never mind. It's Speed Chat Plus only. What if we went to Hiccup Hills? What would that be like? What would
That's
everyone do?
I would be down to go to Hiccup Hills personally. I'm going there right
Okay,
now, in
Yeah.
fact.
I'm actually gonna go there right now, in fact, as well. I
Yeah, I'm
also don't have
also.
bags, so
Might want to get some.
yeah.
I'm
Here, let
getting laughed
me.
currently. I don't know what happened to me, but I like logged in with like 20 laugh, so I need to
Road
fix
No.
it.
again.
Someone died in a field office, right?
Might have been me.
Aren't you 140 lap? How do you almost die in a field office?
Okay,
Not-
my game crashed, so maybe Hiccup Hills
Oh.
wasn't the move.
Mm.
Someone's name here is Parrish.
Oh, we've got Strato in
That's
here.
what I'm gonna do.
1 second. I'm still like 90 laugh, so it's gonna take me.
What's your favorite strat for getting laugh back?
Usually I sometimes do the Berg because that's just where I spawn in most of the time.
Not Donald's dog?
No, they don't give
Donald
too
That's
much.
Duck.
place.
No.
Hmm.
Not
'Cause
even
you swim
Dreamland.
so
Actually,
fast.
my favorite though is the estate. Actually, I like the estate.
I like using my doodles because I have a lot.
That's
my
not a very
estate.
reliable method.
Really?
Hmm.
I just spam jump and I'm at full pretty quickly.
I guess
That's a good
fair.
strat.
Wow, we're getting a lot of people in here. Hi, everybody.
I need to relog, so I'm going to be there as soon as possible.
No, 116 laugh is good enough.
Sure. If we all green, we'll know who to blame.
Oh my gosh.
Did you know I just figured out this is so embarrassing?
Hmm.
The greening is because you turn green when you go sad.
Oh my
Like,
god.
really?
No.
What did you think it
that's,
meant?
That actually makes so much sense. That's crazy.
Wait, did you not know either?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I
Okay.
just thought it was. I thought it was
Because
just like
I've
something
been
about
playing
getting
this
sick.
game for like 15 years and did not know that at all. Like, I was just like, oh, it's called greening, like when you're ruining everyone's time.
Aw.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just thought
Did
I'd
you think it
admit
was like
that.
griefing or something?
Yes, I did. I literally thought it was exactly like that. Like, oh, I don't know. It's just the term you use. And then I was like, you go green. Like, that would be
Now you
a rough
know.
day.
I forgot. Where are
Wow.
we meeting up?
Hiccup
Oh, yeah, Hiccup
Hills,
Hills. The
Okay.
one
Are we
that
waiting?
the VP lobby.
Oh, you're inside. Okay.
Oh, I'm sleepy. EP King.
Oh my god, it crashed my game again. This is so awkward.
No.
This is
Is it
so
just
awkward,
you?
guys. I don't know what the problem is. You might have to go in without me. This is really embarrassing.
Well, you can spectate and commentate.
I'm gonna
Okay,
be
maybe I'll
spectating.
answer questions.
I'm not
Shall
even allowed
we-
in.
Oh no. Well, you guys can be like co-spectators. All right,
Yeah.
let's storm the cellbot, as they say.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what we're gonna do with you, Danny.
Do what you gotta do. Oh, we've got Duckington in here.
OMG, it's Duckington Finch, the real guy.
Oh, and there's Coconut.
Hi.
Hi. And Gigi. What a crowd. All right.
Amazing.
Going in, boys.
Yeah.
Me too.
Good luck, guys. Too bad the game hates me.
Oh, man.
Tragic.
You.
I wonder what SOS we're gonna get.
Flippy.
Manifesting Flippy.
I wish I could manifest Loudon for you.
I'll help manifest.
Please.
Let's all manifest. He's
I
the best.
never got the Lord Loud and Clear SOS because I wasn't around for Crash Cashbot. Oh, I have my Flippy around too. He's
Bring
I
him
can't reach
out.
him.
I'll put on do the glasses fit on him? Let's find out. Oh my god.
god.
Stop.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Stop,
gosh.
that's so cute.
Bro, don't leave me here.
Oh, Clerk Penny. I don't remember what that SOS is. I
Flippy
admire
is
people's
so-
like encyclopedic memory of
Four-star.
SOSs.
4-star trap.
I don't know how they do it.
4-star
Same,
trap.
my memory is
Yeah.
pathetic.
A restock trap.
We're doing a 5-man DP.
A 5-man.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Good luck.
Impressive.
Yeah,
Rose
Very
are
I would
on
be
right
no
now.
help with stunning.
So we actually got some questions that came in. So I'm just gonna throw them up to us. If anyone wants to like dive in and answer them, feel free to. The first one is applicable to all of us, and it's what's your favorite part about being on the team?
The silence.
Wow.
You gotta-
I guess being
I
on the
don't
team
like-
stinks.
One thing I like.
Hmm.
I think my favorite thing is the way that I get to interact with the community. I personally wasn't very involved with the community before joining the team, to the point where I didn't even know about most of the communities that existed. I didn't know people streamed. I didn't know there were Discord servers, any of that. But since joining the team, wow, that's loud. Sound is loud. Imagine that. I've like, the doors have been opened to so many different communities and opportunities to interact with them, and that's just, it's so cool.
Yeah, well said. I mean, to piggyback off of that with like just the community, I mean, ToonFest in 2023 was just absolutely amazing. That might be honestly one of my favorite things about working on the team. Just seeing like all the work that everyone's been doing coming together, seeing the whole community just show up, even like the ones at home giving amazing support, getting together in game, and just getting excited about new things. It was like really, really heartwarming to see that.
I grew
For
up
sure.
always being the only one that like played Toontown. At least I didn't know anyone else in real life who did. So seeing hundreds of people show up to ToonFest, some even in cosplay, I was just awestruck seeing so many friends.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The community is the best aspect. I had never been to ToonFest until this year. And being part of the team, like on top of just being there, it was such an exciting experience, and you know, getting everyone's reactions at the panels, and with Flippy coming out and all the characters being out, and also seeing people that maybe forgot about the game or, you know, have never played coming to our booth and spending so much time, you know, really getting into it. It was really awesome, and I made a lot of friends from the community at ToonFest, and it really feels like it's so easy to get along with most people that are into Toontown. Like, it's just an instant connection, and it was also super rewarding meeting everyone from the team and like becoming real friends and associating
Like true friends.
yeah, yeah, real true friend codes, right? Just, you know, having a name with a face makes a huge difference. And even going on Twitter and recognizing a name from someone I met at ToonFest, and like knowing the person behind that tune, like I can't explain it, but it's so nice to feel like you're part of a community that may seem so small if you just count yourself and like your surrounding area. Like sometimes it's like, I'm the only one who plays Toontown, no one gets it. And then you go to ToonFest, and like Cassidy said, there's just hundreds of people in their costumes attending the panels, asking questions, and that's definitely my favorite part. So
Also, thank you. I didn't see, but thank you to whoever just used the Lord Laudenclair SOS. I wasn't looking.
It's your
Whoa.
favorite.
It's my favorite character. Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
kind of
amazing.
piggybacking off of that, does like anyone want to share how they first got into Toontown, whether that was first through Toontown Online or TTR?
Yeah, I could go first. Mine's I guess I did play Toontown Online as a kid. But I certainly did play my fair share of like other MMOs at the time, Pirates of the Caribbean Online, Wizard 101. But when it shut down, when Toontown Online shut down, I didn't like go enjoy it before it shut down, and I was like really upset about that. I'm like, wow, I had one final chance to say goodbye and I didn't. So I had to sit with that. But then when I found about like TTR, quite literally like 9 years later after it shut down, I was like really shocked. And I recently got into the community. I want to say a month before Field Offices dropped. That's when I officially got into the community. So it's just been like really crazy, like the amount of stuff that's going on in such little time that I've been here, and how like it feels like the community just started, with how active and like engaging everyone is. And I never would have believed it's like 9 years old just for like TTR, like 10 years old or something. It's just crazy.
I'm glad you found it because you're the best producer around. I've got way more where that came from.
Oh no.
Oh boy. How about you, Cassidy? How did you get into
man.
Toontown?
I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't remember the first time. This is gonna sound so weird, but I think I played it before this because I think I was like in kindergarten for Toontown Online, and then one day I had a dream and I saw the Cashbot HQ trains. I'm like, wait, that I gotta go find that, and then I re-downloaded Toontown. I don't remember how old I was. Very little. Yeah. And then it's been a love of mine ever since, and now I have the tats to prove it.
Wow, that's dedication.
I wish I remembered my first time opening it up, but unfortunately I didn't even have object permanence yet then.
How about you, Gigi?
Yeah, I want to say because, for the record, I'm Brazilian. So I first played the Brazilian version of Toontown way back in 2009 or something, I think 2008. And I saw the game close 2 times. First it was the Brazilian server, and then TTO, the American one. But in my case, I actually learned about TTR the year after, in 2014. I don't even remember why I found about Toontown, because when the American server closed, I was like, oh man, Toontown is over forever, that's it. There's no way. And I kind of moved on. And one day I just found TTR and I've been playing ever since. And that's pretty much it.
Wow, I didn't realize that the Brazil server closed separately from the American one. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think every other international server closed before. Like it was like a couple first, then I think the Brazilian one was the last one before them. I don't know for sure.
Oh,
but
wow.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got back into it.
Yeah, it's been fun. So I'm really glad the game exists. So yeah. really nice. Like what you all said earlier about the community and everyone. That's so true. I love everyone like in the community. Everyone's so nice.
For sure.
Did Daniel have a story? We haven't heard from him yet.
You know, I definitely do have a story. It's nothing crazy, but you know, I was a young buck in first grade, and I believe I went over to one of my friend's house, and we all played Toontown. But I don't think that was the first time I discovered it. That was just the first time in my mind I discovered it. I must have been from Disney Channel or some other TV advertisement that came up, and you know, I've always thought it was an interesting game, and eventually, you know, got hooked, and you know, continued playing sporadically throughout the years, and eventually joined the team. So Disney did a fantastic job with their TV marketing efforts. So
For
kudos
sure.
to them on that.
God, those ads back in the day, they're so memorable.
I wish we had the costumes, like the big cheese. I want that so bad.
But hey, how about that Flippy suit at
It's
ToonFest?
so good!
It was
So
so
legit.
fun.
Meeting Flippy, I think, is gonna be better than my wedding day ever. Like, we're having my first child. Meeting Flippy was something so integral in my life. It really changed me.
You know, it was definitely a moment standing at ToonFest and taking a picture of with Flippy. I kind of like looked at my phone afterwards, like, what is my life right now? I work for
Celebrity.
Toontown. I just met Flippy. If you had told me that this would be my life 20 years ago, I don't know what I would think. It was really cool.
Yeah, Flippy's a great mascot, and
He's a
just
great guy.
fantastic dog.
Yeah, cool guy all around, if you ask me.
The best
Yeah,
blue
he's
dog
great.
I've ever met, really.
Yeah, Clifford's red, right?
Yeah, Clifford's red.
Yeah, definitely.
What
Big
is
red
it,
dog.
Blue's Clues, though? Like,
I
I
love
think
Blue's
Oh, Blues.
Oh,
She's
Blue's
pretty
Clues.
cool.
Flippy's
Right.
better, though. Sorry, guys.
Ooh.
We might have to have a
Yeah.
contest next year.
I have a
Who's the better
bracket.
blue dog? Bluey, Flippy,
Oh, Bluey.
Oh,
Blue's
Bluey.
Clues.
Trying to think of any other blue dogs.
There was like a blue dog in an old cartoon that had like the little hat. I don't know his name though.
Behind the scenes, Flippy and Matt, our moderation
This
coordinator.
is illegal.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at how solemn. Those were the
Good
solemn
morning,
moments.
Slappy.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
If I could actually ask everyone here another question, would you guys be interested to like give a quick little rundown of like, I guess, like what you do on the team and things like that? Like, what does your like actual role entail for people who may not know?
How about you start, Ro? Producer.
Ah, perfect.
That's a good idea.
So, yeah, producers on
Like the
TTR
babysitter.
No, producers on the TTR team essentially just deal with project management and just make sure that all the updates and projects that we want to release, like in the game or even outside of the game, like last year's ToonFest, it just makes sure that you know we're getting them done in time and like work's being done and that everyone has something to do. We're also usually just in charge of just like hosting the like project meetings just to make sure that everyone's communicating with each other and that we're all in agreement on like creative decisions and whatnot. But yeah, that's essentially what producers do on the team. Does anyone want to go next?
How about you, Gigi?
Sure, but I think my job is kind of like it's clear, I'm a game moderator, so as game moderators, we keep the game safe, which means we check on reports and just make sure that people are being toony, and I can't really disclose like exactly how we do it, but that's the overall gist of it. And I also a Discord moderator, which is similar but in the official TTR server, and it's mostly making sure people are following the rules, the guidelines, and it sounds boring, but I really like it because it's how we keep the game safe and family friendly and just fun for everyone, because even though most I won't say most people behave and are good, but we have to sometimes deal with some troublemakers, but they are the minority, so I just want to make that clear, and that's
Cool. And you also do Discord moderation, right?
yeah, it's been a bit recently, and recently we opened Discord moderator applications. I think we posted on social media about that. So if you're interested, I am helping a bit like setting up this role, because before we didn't have open applications for it. So if you're interested, please apply. We would love to have people help moderate the Discord server for TTR. So yeah.
Yeah, big +1 on that. There's actually a bunch of positions on the team that you can like see on our website of like what positions we're like actively looking for. And even if a position you're interested in isn't open, you're always welcome to apply to it if you're interested in it at all. But the positions that we like are really excited to see more applications from are Discord moderator, texture artists, modelers, as well as support representative.
Yeah, you can go, if anyone's in chat or watching or anything that's interested, you can go to toon.town/apply, and all of that, what Ro just said, is there. You can check it out. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, I mean, those
look at the
positions.
donations.
Oh,
$345 already.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Augie for $55.
Oh,
fundraising
Augie.
for
Wow.
Children's
Augie's so
Healthcare of
awesome.
Atlanta. Yeah, $5 for Bogo, Alex with 125, and Ellie Cat with 5.
Wow. Keep it up, guys. You guys rock.
But Danny, what about you? How's your involvement been with the like? What do you do on the team? Personally?
Yeah, I'm a social media specialist, so I help out with managing our social media accounts, the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, our new TikTok, well, newish, Mastodon. We're on Instagram Threads now. All that stuff, I help manage it, stay engaged with the community. So if you see a tweet, see an Instagram post, I might be the face behind it. That or one of my other fantastic social media specialists, who are all amazing. I'm also a director of ToonFest. So you may have seen me around at ToonFest 2023. I helped with the marketing for that, which was a whole lot of fun. It was actually my very first ToonFest, so it was a really cool experience for sure.
Yeah, me too. And on the topic of your department that you're in, community engagement, I also just want to give like a quick like shout out, I guess, that we're also looking to hire more people in that department, specifically partner program managers, which would just be helpful with just organizing our partner program and coordinating with them and giving them like fun things to do within the community and things like that. We're also looking for more community ambassadors. And also down the line, we love to see applications for event planners and feedback managers.
For sure. Like for example, with event planners, they helped out with stuff like this, getting this all set up, with this live stream. Or aside from the fantastic team of ToonFest for Charity, they were a nice bridge to help make all of this happen. So shout out to that. Also, hi Lappy. I see you standing there menacingly.
Lappy!
Also,
That's
Megan,
one.
The big head. You can always
It's an
tell he's
iconic.
there.
It's iconic.
Also want to give a quick shout out to Fight, who just donated $10.
How about you, Cassidy? Talk about what you do.
Yeah, so I'm a concept artist and 3D animator, and basically I'll draw like silly little things and hand it over to someone like Daniel, who would model it or, do some other stuff with it, make it real, because mine is just a drawing. And then at one point it'll come back to me and maybe I'll animate it. Who knows?
That's so cool.
You're so cool.
Stop.
You gotta show off your little keychain at some point.
What?
If there even is one.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Before the next person jumps in, I don't want to interrupt, but is there anything else we want to jump into? This little bean fest in the gag shop is fun, don't get me wrong. But if there was anything else someone wanted to do, I'd totally be down to go find something to do.
What if we did a CFO?
A woman after my own heart. Whoa, not
What?
someone throwing cog bucks.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
Been hoarding
Look at
those
that.
for a while.
Man. CFO is my favorite thing to do in the game.
Do you like
Great.
craning?
Yo,
Sorry?
look at that.
Do you like craning?
Yeah,
I love craning so much.
people should definitely have the promo now with the
Get
Unites
it
going
pro?
around.
Mo?
Right.
Pro.
All right.
Mo? I told you I
Bro.
have
Oh, that's
plenty.
funny. That's
Yeah, let's head over to whoa. Let's head over to Cashbot HQ. Oh my gosh,
Alright.
there's so many people here.
We're being swarmed.
Let's see if my game crashes again when I go into Hiccup Hills.
Crashing at Cashbot.
Manifesting.
Oh, I wish.
I'm not gonna crash.
Manifesting
Bro.
it.
I didn't
No
crash.
crashes. You didn't crash?
Nope, I'm here. I'm alive and well.
Here,
The
let
best
me.
moment ever.
I can stand outside so people can teleport to me. That huge.
Well, if it said you were
HQ.
online, I could teleport to you.
Yeah, I
Well-
thought I didn't. I thought I didn't have you added, but then I realized you were just offline.
Yeah.
So,
Go online
Shame.
then.
He thinks he's
Has
too
anyone
famous
made it
for
to
us.
the end side yet?
I
Oh,
have.
whoa.
I'm waiting
Whoa.
outside.
Thank you, King Dandelion.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh, there's so many people coming to see me.
Thanks for the limo.
Oh my god.
Everybody
Ashley.
flock.
Ooh.
guys, not
Hello.
all at once. There's plenty of king to go around.
We actually got a really good question that came in, which is, what was your favorite part of in-person ToonFest, or is there any funny behind-the-scenes stories?
Can
that
I
you wanna
talk about
share?
oh,
fish
can I?
one?
Can I? I definitely have a story for that.
Oh my
boy.
gosh. Okay, go ahead, Daniel.
Me or Danny?
you go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I had a fantastic aquarium experience at the Atlanta Georgia Aquarium. Me, Ro, and Dixie actually, we went and we saw a lot of fish there, and it was a fantastic place. They had those tunnels that you crawled in and you felt like you were one with the fish. So I know Ro can speak more on it, but it was a life-changing experience for me because I'd never been up close like that to fish. You know, I've seen like fish bowls and like Fairly Odd Parents or like other things.
Uh-huh.
I've never been like in the tank, but that aquarium really excelled at that. So
Maybe Ro can tell
yeah.
us a bit about the little coins that you
The
collected.
coins.
Oh, the
Experience.
coins. Yeah, that
I
was a
have
great
some.
one.
I can
Yeah,
go. Well, I'm about to
Ro,
go
do you
into
wanna
CFO.
give a little story time for us?
Yeah, just so for some quick clarification, this was like right after ToonFest ended, so it does somewhat relate to Toontown still. And not only that, my argument for going was so I could do research on the new playground, Clear Coast, because like aquatic and stuff like that. So I thought that would have been fun. But Daniel here, first, like, he had his ticket on his phone, and then his phone died, so we had to like find a random outlet like in the middle of the street just to charge his phone, just so he could get in the building.
Yeah, you guys were very helpful with my phone plight. So I appreciate it because I couldn't have missed that. The aquarium was just too incredible. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, and he also was trying to collect a lot of those, like, those coins that like you stamp and it has like a cool like animal on it or whatever that's related. Well, you bought like 2 of the same one instead of going for 2 different ones, which baffled me.
Well, it's kind of like the modern day loot box experience. You don't know what you're gonna get. When you roll those coin machines, you could get an otter, you could get an elephant, you could get, what other fish are there? A goldfish, right? You don't know what you're gonna get in those machines, but you gotta just take what you get at that point, because it's mainly a souvenir from the aquarium, and it's not as important what type of fish you get. All fish are created equal in some sense. So
I have one of each, personally.
that's very impressive. I might have to buy those off you at some point. But...
I'll give you my Venmo information.
Didn't you lose a couple?
Who are you talking to?
Daniel.
Me? Oh no,
Yeah.
I mean I couldn't lose those coins even if I tried. I mean, those are some quality coins. Those are not like your penny run it through the machine print type of coins. Those are like quality metal. So
No, I think Ro can say something else. You definitely lost one at the aquarium.
Did he?
Oh, did I? I forgot.
I think he did. Yeah.
Did I? Wait, hold on. Is this... What do you remember what type of coin it was?
I do.
Because I was trying to. I remember feeding it to the fish, but it didn't work. So I didn't lose a coin that way because I was afraid that like the fish was gonna eat it, but it didn't. So that was lucky. But yeah, maybe I did lose a coin. I'll go with that.
Does anyone else have any other fun behind the scenes stuff regarding?
First, shout out to someone for donating $30. Someone is the name.
Oh, like their name's actually someone.
Yeah, their name is someone.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Love that. I'm like, do we just not know?
Someone. Can I share my trauma with the fishing pole?
Oh no.
Yes.
So we had real life fish bingo at ToonFest, and we were all excited. We're gonna fill up this fishing pond. We're gonna have these magnets that you can fish for. You flip it over and there's a fish, and we're gonna have fish bingo every morning, and it's gonna be great. So we had our inflatable pool, but then we were like, this requires a lot of water. Like, how are we gonna just find water in this convention center? So the day before ToonFest, we hiked around and like tried to find hoses and like something to fill it up. It took us like 2 hours of walking around in the humid convention center to figure out where we could find water. And finally, the security guard guy is like, yeah, we have this room in the bathroom that has like this long hose thing, and you could fill it up there. But then we're like, okay, how are we gonna carry the entire pool to the bathroom? So we did not do that. We emptied this plastic box that we had, put it in a wagon, and dragged it like halfway across the entire expo hall and filled it up with water. And one round of water was not enough. We had to fill it up
Oh my
like
God.
5 times, going back and forth, just pouring this water in. And there's an infamous image that was captured of me filling up this horrible box. And people have like edited it. People on the team have made it like black and white, like grainy and horrifying, and it really captures like, I don't know if you can see how much water is in there. Like that is so deep, and it took us so many rounds to fill that fishing pond, and we were like, we were so excited. The first round we got water, we're like, oh my god, we're all good, and then the pond is like it looks like this much water is
Oh my
in
God.
the inflatable pool. We're like, okay, time for like 10 more rounds. So that was definitely a highlight. Was filling up that water wagon and dragging it like back and forth for multiple hours. So
I had no idea it was that many trips. I wasn't around for
Yes.
that.
yes,
Yeah,
it was
I also
many
wasn't.
trips. Also,
You know,
there was a time where someone like got pizza delivered for us, and it was not sliced, so it was just like a pizza, and we were like picking it up and like fully just eating it like through. I just messed up in game. I'm sorry to anyone who's playing on my side. I got distracted by the memory of this uncut pizza. Like, Ro was making fun of me because I had to rip a piece out. Like, it wasn't cut. We didn't have like knives to cut it. So I like ripped a piece out, and Ro was like, why are you gripping the pizza with that force? Like, just taking a fistful of pizza. And I took it out, and it just looked like there was this giant clump that someone like grabbed. I mean, that's what happened, I guess. But it was a very starving time at ToonFest.
Yeah, I
Like
just thought you were
anytime I
that
got
hungry.
food, it felt like the first time I had ever eaten.
Oh my
We're
God.
just triggering flashbacks now with the club president.
Oh my gosh.
My favorite part of ToonFest, well, I like just got out of the trial point at this stage. Like I was fresh on the team. I did not know anyone. So I was very intimidated by people, especially Ro. He scared me for some reason. I don't know why. I'm sorry, Ro. You're just kind of scary. But you're fine now. But there was this person who wore this Lord Lavender shirt that says, I've committed countless war crimes. Whoever you are, I'm obsessed with it. I love that shirt so much. You were pretty cool.
That's a great shirt.
It is.
I
wanna
have.
shout out someone else
Oh, go ahead.
to it too.
Oh, did we lose Ash?
Ash die on us?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I thought it
She
was
went
me for a
green.
second.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. But I think what Ash was gonna say is shout out to someone who donated $125 to the.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
$15
Shout out to
already.
someone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, is it working now? No.
Yeah.
Welcome
I just
back.
gave the shout
Kinda.
out for you, if that's what you were doing.
Oh.
Oh no,
Oh no.
it was too powerful.
No.
Yeah.
If you
Darn.
donate more money, she'll get kicked off the stream for good.
No. No, we can't promise that.
No, that's highly illegal.
Oh, is she back?
Yeah, I think we lost her in the game.
No.
Yeah, we are stuck in our side with Ash.
Okay.
I think. Yeah,
Oh
she's gone.
no.
This is all
Oh,
according
Oh,
to
she's back.
Ro's on
plan.
the screen.
Darn it, because now I was
Ash
gonna be on the
back.
screen. Darn it.
We
my
need
God,
Rocam.
Am I here?
Mm.
Hi Ash, can you hear us?
Am I here?
You
I can
are
hear you.
here.
You're-
You
Yes.
are
Am I
here.
here?
Yes.
Out of sync with your video.
I'm ruining the CFO. Like everyone is struggling because I'm like dying. I knew this would happen. This is why I didn't want to share my screen. I'm sorry to everyone who's on my
Do you
side.
have-
This is really
Do you have
bad.
Do you have fast internet or dial up or?
I had to connect to my hotspot because my Wi-Fi just Of course, perfect day, right? But anyways, this
Wow.
girl's tattoo, she got it like this because
Aw.
if you place the T and the N and the T, like if you place it correctly, it spells the original Toontown logo. which I
Wow.
I
thought
saw
was-
so many people with Toontown tattoos. It was awesome. Also, Duckington Finch said you made a swift return.
Wow, thanks. The only tattoo I have is Taylor Swift related.
Let's
so-
go!
I have some tattoos,
me and her
and I
have the
really
same
wanted a
tattooer.
Toontown one. I think next time I'm like around team members, I'm gonna have to have one come with me to go get a Toontown
We
tattoo.
already promised we're gonna come with you.
Okay.
I'll get one too.
I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to log out of Toontown. I'm completely frozen. I'm so sorry to everyone who's in my CFO.
Are you in the
literally
5-man?
greening
No.
right now.
I can't believe she's greening on stream.
Greening
No,
live on stream. Like,
He's not in the 5-man. We are just stuck looking at the cogs for a while now.
oh yeah, I just left, so you guys should be okay now. I'm so
Let's
sorry.
see. If it doesn't
I'm
work, try
surprised Ash is the
relogging.
one with technical issues. Usually it's Ro getting struck by lightning.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Not actually
What?
though, but whenever we
Oh,
do
it was
like
like-
project meetings, lightning always like cuts out my power for a quick second, and it's always during our meetings.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, cogs are taking it up a notch. It seems to try and stop us.
Yeah.
I think I have another ToonFest thing that I need to bring up. The sensation of having smush like cake and pie
no.
between your toes
Oh,
is
that was
Yes.
like
so good. It was
Yes.
so good.
You'd like
Good.
it?
Yeah.
Good?
I mean, it was,
There are
well,
two
not
types
the,
of
not the toe
people.
part, the key lime, that key lime hit different. I mean, that getting pied by that key
it
lime
really
pie,
hit different.
I love
That
when
it.
you're
hurt.
here.
It
Ash got
hurt.
So
hit
good.
pretty
Some
hard.
No, the
people
big-
like
the big
literally
cake hurt
drilled
a
it
little.
into my face.
I saw that. It was. Yeah, Ash got hit really hard.
I
It
thought my
hurt
nose was gonna
sometimes.
start bleeding
Someone-
after one of them. The people with the key
Dang.
limes were so. I don't want to
They
say
were
violent,
so
but
dense.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It hit
like
hard.
take a chance to really rip on anyone who, when they pied me on my head and then rubbed it into my hair.
oh my
Like,
god.
Personal.
Mm.
No, I think Ro did the dirtiest one of all.
Please,
With that, like,
please expose
Coming
him.
up from behind and then just.
Yeah, no, we were posing for a picture, and then he was like, "All right," it hit me.
That's so messed up.
No, but at least it was like I already knew he was holding one. Joey was the real one. He like snuck up behind me, was like, "Shh," and then got me from behind.
He's evil!
The ear shots hurt too. The
Oh,
ear
those were
shots,
so
like-
bad. See, like I appreciated the
You couldn't
donations of
hear
the
it.
pies, but like the key lime
like,
afterwards, it smelled so bad.
violent.
I couldn't smell
Key
anything
lime.
other than key lime for like days.
Uh-oh.
Many
Oh, did we lose Ash
Ash's
again?
going on a trip.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm here. Why is my camera
No.
going? Am I here?
Oh god.
We
It's
became
like
a
cutting
cult.
out.
Can you hear
Come
me?
back to
Hold on.
us.
Uh-huh.
You know what? I'm gonna leave and come back.
Okay.
Welcome
It doesn't feel the same without her.
It's been literally half a second.
back.
Wait, you don't miss her? Are you saying you don't miss her, Ro? Ro
Yeah.
said he
What did I
did not
walk
miss
into?
you.
Half a second is a while on some planets.
Mhm.
Did Rose think he didn't miss me?
I did
Is
not
that what it
Yeah.
was?
I
Isn't
did
that
not.
so
Wow,
mean?
typical.
That's our producer.
Yeah. Hashtag not my producer, right?
Hashtag Ro is over parties. Everyone spam in the chat. Hashtag Ro is over parties.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Poor Ash.
Who's DDoSing her?
What? Can you-
God, poor
It's
Ash.
like a robot.
Man.
It's unfortunate.
Get it?
I'm
Ro,
so sad.
bot. Get it? Get
The
it?
cogs got her. Oh no.
Am I
I said
present?
robot, like ro.
We can hear you now.
His
Although, yeah, we can see you too.
That was really upsetting because I was talking and I could hear and see all of you saying that I was gone, and I was like,
Oh,
you
no.
can't hear me?
Mhm.
That's probably what it's
Is
like
that
when
what
you
dying
die.
feels like?
That's
Oh my
what I-
god.
I'm sorry. I overreacted.
Great minds think alike.
Wow,
We
that
actually
took a
share
dark
one
twist.
singular brain cell.
It's collective. We
everyone
toss
does.
it around.
Everyone
Bluetooth.
shares a brain cell.
The Toontown team collectively shares like at least 2.
I just want
It's
to give
the Toontown brain cell. There's one.
Wait, Rose saying
Yeah.
something. Let
Yeah,
the deer speak.
I was gonna quickly wondering if we could go dive into, I guess, talking about like and answering some questions about like some of the projects that we've confirmed that we're working on. But before I do, I just want to again give a quick shout out to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, which is where all of the proceeds and all like the donations that are going in are going directly to there. So just keep that in mind, everybody who's donating or is interested in donating. But yeah, if people have any questions regarding like under new management with like the 4 new cogs and things like that, or our new playground, Clear Coast, we'd love to hear some questions. We can't promise we can answer all of them, but we'd love to see the questions that come in. And also just a quick shout out to Reki, who donated $35. Thank you so much.
I remember seeing a question earlier from somebody asking, let me find it. It was something about Clear Coast.
Oh,
I guess while Cassidy's finding it, one question we can answer that just came in is like, what made you want to apply to the TTR team? If anyone has any answers for that.
I can answer that. I'll be so honest and say that I like idolized everyone on the Toontown team for many years. Like I would just freak out if I ever saw staff or a ranger in game. Like, oh my god. And to be fair, I was really young, but I feel like a part of that idolization never really went away. But in high school, I kind of stopped playing Toontown because I was so focused on my schoolwork. And once I being game design and making games, and I saw on my Instagram feed that Toontown needed game designers, so I was like, you know what, this could be really fun. I've always dreamt of this. I don't know if I'll get in or not, but it would be really cool if I did. So I applied, didn't get a response for like a month or 2, which is what they say to expect, and to send another message if you don't get a response. And then I sent another message and was like, hey, like, just wanted to check in. And after that, I got a response. So if you're applying to the team and you don't get a response for a long time, I really urge you to just, if it's been over a month or 2 months, to just send a quick email checking in on your application.
Yeah, I was so annoying with mine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like there are a lot
I
of
also have
applications that come in. You gotta be assertive, you know, that you want to move forward. But after that, I was like stressed for literal weeks, like what was gonna happen with Toontown. I would like dream about it, be so scared. And then when
It's
I was
worse than
finally
applying
on the
for an
team,
actual job.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, and it's like unpaid because I was like, it will really hurt my childhood ego as well as my adult ego if this doesn't work out. So thankfully it did work out. But yeah, I think it was the fact that it really adhered to what I was studying in school, and it was something that I, you know, was and am really passionate about. Honestly, if you're working on something you're passionate about, like, that's why I don't care that it's a volunteer position. I'd love to volunteer myself to Toontown Rewritten because it's so rewarding, knowing that you had a role in something that means so much to you and has meant so much to you for so long. That's my sob story about joining the Toontown team. But
Yeah,
Well said.
yeah, no, I can second your comments about, you know, wait time or whatever with applications. I remember when I was applying, you know, I sent in an initial application and I, you know, didn't make it the first time, but you know, I tried again, and I was certain I wasn't going to get on the team, but then I went to ToonFest, and you know, apparently I had already been accepted internally, but they hadn't like reached out to me yet. So I was very surprised when I went to ToonFest 2018, and they told me that you know, they're basically acting like I was, you know, already accepted on the team or whatever. So about a month later, that was when I actually started my trial. But yeah, it was definitely, you know, even if you, whether it's just a wait time or like just you know, if you don't get on the first time, you can always improve and run it back. So yeah, always good opportunities out there. And Ro, I believe, plugged a lot of the positions that we're looking for right now, but there's a lot of stuff, so it's always fun.
Yeah, to really go into like the questions that I'm seeing in the chat about applications. We got one great question that came in saying, "Are applications kept on hold if a position is no longer open?" I sent one a while the position was open, but it closed 2 months after. And to answer your question, our hiring managers do keep applications on hold. We don't, like, unlike most like, I guess, like, jobs and like businesses out there, we don't just like never respond. Our team and our hiring managers will usually let you know if your application is no longer being considered. And the thing is, when the position's inactive or closed, there's no like I guess like urgency for the response, so it could unfortunately take a while to hear a response. We've even had like a creative writer on the team who said that they applied for like creative writer a long time ago, but then the position became inactive, but then they didn't get a response until a year later, and then they made it into the team. So it's always possible. But again, and if you want to update, you're more than welcome to like email our support team, so that way the hiring managers can definitely get back to you and give you an update if you want one. I wonder if we could go into actually some of the project related questions that are coming in, because we got a fair amount.
We have one I saw that I'm interested in hearing about is Cashbot and Sellbot supervisors.
Ooh.
What's the deal with that? Is that getting revealed anytime soon?
Yes, the factory foreman and the mint auditor. Yeah, what's up with that? I mean, you would think the Rangers would surely have more information on them by now, because they clearly got like the Lawbot clerk and the club president already like documented, and their case files look pretty up to date, even with the photos. So I'm hoping the Rangers could get us some more information on them soon.
Yeah, me too. Those Resistance Rangers, they're hard workers, them.
True. They got that, yeah, the icon and everything. They're super cool.
Yeah, ideally, I love
icon and
the
everything.
yeah, just the icon. That's the only cool thing about him.
That's what makes a ranger, right? Like,
I'd hope it's the good gag.
indeed.
That too,
I
I
hope
guess.
it's the strat. I hope it's the eagerness and excitement to stop the cogs that makes a ranger.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
And
'Cause I've even
of course.
seen Yeah, I've seen Rangers go around like without even having throw gags or squirt gags, or like they have all of the gag tracks, or sometimes only
Yeah.
like 2 of the gag tracks. It's like crazy.
That is crazy.
So I guess
I respect their work.
talent. Yeah, talent and knowledge, I guess, is the top thing. The gags don't matter too much. Yeah, huge salute to our Rangers out there. But yeah, hopefully.
Huge resistance salute.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Hopefully we get more information on those other supervisors before the update comes out. That'd be ideal.
I hope so too. I'm really excited that those two that were revealed at ToonFest, that club president and that game officer. Oh my goodness.
The real
Yeah.
girl bosses.
The real girl bosses. Especially the girl boss.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, girl boss bot is a real word. Okay, you should spam it.
Maybe don't spam it.
Sorry.
That is. Wow.
No one here that is.
Oh.
Yeah, we Joey just hopped in. Great director of Toontown Rewritten. Sure, I want to give him a warm welcome.
Hello.
Hi everyone, we're so excited to be here.
Welcome in. Us now.
Yeah, I just saw some messages about the audio going sad. I think it needs a tune-up,
Uh-oh.
but hopefully it's good in a second here.
I water them.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's not fun when you don't water them. It's just the guilt is so bad.
What's everyone's favorite organic track to have? Mine's throw. I'm basic.
Whoa. Throw is the best one to have.
Oh,
Get
it's
it?
Trap.
Like,
Trap.
Row.
Trap
Trap's
is
the
really
best
good
one.
too.
Trap
and
is really
throw, I think,
good.
are strategically the best.
Yeah,
Organic
if you're
lure, sometimes I wonder if it does anything.
Unfortunately, I don't know if those are all correct answers. I think the best gag track is the snowball. Truth be told.
organic
Oh,
snowball.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's interesting.
That does-
That is an
That was
interesting take.
insane.
Sorry, I
Insane
didn't think
damage.
about
It
that
also-
one. You're right.
It does look like we are back based on what people are saying in the chat. So I think we're all restored again.
Amazing. Now,
Cool.
before we deep dive into anything, do we want to figure out something else to do in game? Again, this Beanfest inside the gag shop is quite riveting, but it might be fun to riveting.
Maybe you could bring the Beanfest outside. That's fun.
That it's
Yeah,
a
that'd
be
Beanfest in a
fun.
different
Idea.
location. Just yeah.
Super unique.
We've done a VP, we've done a CFO. Does anyone else in chat want to
Guys.
go do something?
I would like a CJ, but I'm biased.
I don't have a
That's the only
promo.
promo I have.
Wow.
I have a hot take. I think the CJ is the least exciting.
I agree.
toss.
That makes me sad.
Based.
The round where you're throwing like the evidence, like can either be really good or it's so painful. Like there
Yeah.
are no
Because
The
you're
CJ
getting
has
hit
a
with
nice
a giant
wig.
gavel. That's probably painful.
I like the wig though. I like
or
the
when
wig
you
with
can't
the-
like
with the
stun
CJ.
them on time. Like it's
Oh,
you and
stunning
another
is so
person, and
hard.
you can't.
Mad props to
It only
solo
works with
stunners.
3
I could
Solo
never.
stunners are so gifted.
I've never been a stunner for the CJ. Ever.
Me neither.
I tried for a while until I learned my place. I'm I figured it out. Also, can I just actually wait? You guys are trying to figure out your next location. I was gonna mention one of those questions in the chat, but
Is it the one that
Have you
Duckington
guys-
Finch is begging for and has been begging for
Yes,
a while?
I'm asking, why
It's
does
really
it always
funny.
come down to clouds?
I'll
Didn't
move
we move
outside
clouds?
while we figure it out.
Clouds gone. What are you talking about?
It's just more clouds.
Yeah, so I guess
Always
the
cloud.
question
Clear coast-
that's
there's
being
no cloud
addressed
anymore.
is people in the chat are demanding for answers about why the Clear Coast concept art had some clouds over top of it. And I think really simply, like, it just takes the Toon Council a while to clear out those clouds. It took them 10 years to even uncover one cloud, let alone all the ones that were covering the rest of Clear Coast.
Yeah, that's such
Yeah,
a good point.
They have a bunch of they've got some leaf blowers out there. Like Sir Max is out there, he's got a big leaf blower. Like they've got things like windmills and like just as much wind power as they can get
A
to
fan,
try and blow
like
it all
a hand
away.
fan,
Yeah.
just like one of those portable fans too.
Yeah, I know there was a funny joke going around when the presentation was being made to when the cloud got swiped away. It was like, how funny would it be when the cloud goes away, like 50 more clouds show up around the borders of the
Didn't
map.
Joey present that?
I think that was
Yeah.
Post
Joey.
that.
There
He's like, guys, we need to add another cloud underneath it.
Yeah, one
That-
version
that's
of
a
the
lot.
original reveal for Clear Coasts was going to be that, we'd blow on the page or something, and the cloud would move out of the way, and there was another cloud beneath it, and we'd have to get that one out of the way. And we thought maybe that would be a little too cruel. But we were very excited when Ash and I were putting together the presentation about the design of Clear Coasts. We had to jump on the opportunity to put some more clouds over the concept art. The real answer to that is there are some things about Clear Coast that we aren't telling you guys yet. We have learned a lot about how we want to present things to all of you as our players from field offices. We made mistakes in how we presented Cellbot field offices many years before they ended up being ready to release. And so we're walking that line between transparent development and making sure we're keeping some things under wraps to make sure that we don't overpromise anything or talk about things a little too early to the point where you're just tired of hearing of it by the time it releases, because game development takes a really long time. But I think it's safe to say that in fact, I know it's safe to say that by the time that a future ToonFest rolls around, you can be sure that you'll be hearing more about Clear Coasts and some of the things that have been kept under wraps about the neighborhood thus far.
That's so exciting.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
I was having too much fun just like lying, but that's a good answer.
We love gaslighting.
Yeah, gaslighting the masses. No longer.
And Colleen brings up a good point in the Twitch chat. She said, just take your time on Clear Coast, don't rush it. And we really appreciate that, because we understand the gravity of how important it is that we're adding a new neighborhood to Toontown for the first time in 20 years, essentially, for Toontown Rewritten, where we've never had in the Toontown Rewritten version of the game a new neighborhood, like full-on like Toon Tasks, playground, streets, like brand new area since Donald's Dreamland, essentially, which came out with the game in 2003. So it's a really big thing, and we want to make sure we get it right, because we think it can be an incredibly fun area, and we want to make sure that we are developing it to be as fun as it can be, but also releasing on a reasonable time frame so that you don't have to wait years and years and years for it to come out.
They're asking us, what update are we most excited for? And I'm pretty biased, because I am doing some stuff for Clear Coast, so maybe just a little bit Clear Coast. Just a little bit.
Personally, I'm very excited for under new management because I've grinded this lawsuits like so many times before and I just got bored. And just thinking it can be like more engaging and just more fun than just, oh, I have to do 7 back 9s for max options. And I love the new bosses and everything, and I'm just really excited for whenever that comes out. I also am excited for all the projects, just to be clear, but this one was always like, I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, picking a favorite like project, it's like picking a favorite child. I don't know if I can say which one I'm most excited for. I mean,
You totally can though.
I mean, we have like remastered, we have under new management, we have Clear Coast, and who knows, we probably have other things too, but it's just I don't know. Yeah, I can't pick one. They're all exciting in their own ways.
I'm most excited about the thing everyone can't stop talking about. The most exciting part of ToonFest, right? The new street, right? That's what everyone's thinking about right now, right? Not the
I'm
new
really excited for it.
cars,
Wanted
not
to
Clear
go up on that
Coast.
pillow.
Everyone's sitting here like, oh my god, the new street, right? Right.
Yes.
The crickets. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will say I'm excited for each project for very different reasons. Like Rose said, it's kind of hard to pick which one because all of them are so important, like in terms of what they are going to add to Toontown. Because we specifically are working on things like under new management, which is like, entirely different from Clear Coasts in terms of the type of content that's being created. But I will say, I think the update that I'm most excited about in this present moment is one that you guys don't know about yet. It's a smaller update that is coming soon, and we've been working on it, and there's a lot of progress being made, and you'll be hearing about it sooner than later.
I don't know which one that is, but I'm excited.
Oohs and ahs in the chat. Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
I guess
think
I guess that's even more exciting to say I don't know which one that is out of the undisclosed ones that are coming soon, because there's more than one. But yeah, I'm excited too. I don't know which one, but I'm excited for all of them. I'm excited for updates coming to Toontown. That's my answer.
And just to set expectations, we're not just going to randomly drop a new playground out of nowhere or anything like that. We don't have anything that cool up our sleeves, but we have a small update, a normal game update that a team has been working on, and we didn't talk about it at ToonFest, but it's coming sooner than any of the stuff that was talked about at ToonFest, so be on the lookout for that.
I can't say I can pick a favorite or a project that I'm most excited for, because I had one in mind as we were planning ToonFest, but then ToonFest came and I saw everyone's reaction to all the different updates, and it just made me even more excited for each one, seeing everyone's reaction. So like, all I can say is I'm most excited for seeing everyone's reaction to each of them more than I am for the actual updates themselves.
That is so true. When I was driving up to ToonFest, I had to come on like the second day, I believe. And I was watching, it was just like a little podcast in the background for me, I guess. But listening to that panel that you guys did, and then hearing all of the screams, I was getting goosebumps in the car. I wanted to start speeding as fast as I could to get there.
Yeah, I will say I wasn't at ToonFest, I was at home, and even seeing the stream, like, people screaming at everything, it was just so much fun. Like, I've been in the team for not much longer, so I was on the other side before, and it's just exciting in the Toontown Rewritten Team side. So yeah, it's just really exciting to see everyone's reactions. Really nice.
I go back and watch the VODs for what's next for Toontown every once in a while, just to like hear it all over again, especially the under new management one where like the lights go out and then suddenly the new supervisors are there. It's such a cool moment.
Yeah,
you're giving me chills just thinking about it. That music.
I love clapping in the audience. I sat there right in the heart of the audience, just like Oh my god, guys! I had to feed into the energy as if I had no idea what was about to happen. And I honestly feel like I was pretending so hard that I started to believe it was the first time I was seeing it too. So I like had some of the energy coming around me, fueling that enthusiasm. It was
Yeah.
a crazy moment.
Speaking of the music that we brought up briefly, I think Strato, I see, wanted to give a shout out to TTR's composers. They said that they've listened to the Clear Coast theme, they're sure 100 times. I couldn't agree more. Our composers are just ridiculously talented.
I agree. That Mega Mover
Yeah.
Maze theme, I talk about it all the time. It is genuinely my favorite song ever, and I wish it was on Spotify so I could just listen to it on repeat.
It's true. She talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's really good. I love it too.
Yeah, it gets you moving. You know, you just start stomping like the mover and shakers when you hear it. So
And you guys will be
And while
very
we're
impressed
talking
with all
about-
the stuff that's coming out, too. The stuff that you haven't heard yet. I know you guys are going to love it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I love
for
it.
sure. For sure.
Definitely. And while we're talking about shout outs, since some new folks have been tuning into the stream, we should shout out that we're here with ToonFest for Charity, raising money for ExtraLife in support of Children Miracle Network hospitals. So we are here for I think the next like 45-ish minutes, just hanging out with you all, answering questions, and doing this all for a good cause. If you look in the Twitch chat, or we'll also make sure it's posted in the YouTube chat as well. You can click on the link. It's donate.toonffc.org. It'll bring you to a page where you can donate directly to ExtraLife in support of this great cause.
Yeah, well said.
In
Oh, you could go.
in the meantime, I saw a message. Let's see. Louis Picklezilla asked us in relation to these new projects. Are you guys still experiencing the weight being lifted off of your shoulders from the Cellbot Task Force update coming out nearly 2 years on? So yeah, how is everyone feeling about Cellbot Task Force now that it's been around for crazy enough almost 2 years?
That's a tough question. I mean, I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm relatively new, not only to the community but also to the team. Where I joined TTR like the month before Field Offices came out. But how I've really seen it from just like an outside perspective looking in, it feels like with the release of Field Offices, I think TTR genuinely is like going into like a new period of like excitement. I feel like there's a clear distinction between before Field Offices and after, and just everything that's going to be coming out is just a new age, and I'm really excited for what happens to the game.
I want to say something because I don't know if I ever mentioned that before, but I've been in the community for a while and I have been like going on and off about applying to the team, and I was really expecting the update. When the update released and I played the game, like the update and everything, I was like, man, I have to join the team. It was like one of the biggest motivations for me to send an application, and I mean it because I was so impressed by everything. And I say this as someone that was like seeing everything before and like all the announcements and everything. I just was really impressed. So I just want to say that. So like Ro, I'm a newer team member, so I wasn't around during the development, but I just want to say I was so excited for it. There was like, I have to join this thing. It's like, man, I was just so excited and just glad I did it. So just big shout outs to everyone, and the team's amazing, and I know they can do even greater stuff now, and just want to say, yeah, that's it.
Very well said.
Yeah. You know, Field Offices were a behemoth of a project, but at this point, for me, you know, they're in the rear view, and we've got a bunch of other projects working on now. So Yeah, for me at least, it feels like we did a good job wrapping up Cellbot field offices and the task force, and um, we are definitely moving forward, kind of like what Rose said, with our new projects, and I think ToonFest was the start of that new era, kind of, yeah, like any new era.
Yeah, I think like it definitely the weight feels off our shoulders in some ways because field offices and Cellbot Task Force was something that we had promised so long ago, and we really, really wanted to deliver that to everyone as quickly as possible. And we were feeling the failure in some ways of like we had let you all down and not being able to get it out on the timeline that we originally promised. And it is so validating to have it out there and to see everyone enjoying it and to feel like, really glad that we never went against our principles at any point. There was never really a point in Cellbot Task Force development where even though we were feeling that pressure, we didn't say like, oh, maybe we need to ship a lower quality update. Like maybe we need to release something that isn't as good as we want it to be because it'll come out sooner. Like even though it might have been tempting to do that, I'm really proud of the team for holding the ground and making sure that we were going to deliver on everything that we had promised for that update, and wanting it to be just the best update it could be for the Toontown community. And just looking back on that time, it is very relieving that people love it so much. Like 2 years in, people are still loving field offices and in some ways still discovering new things about them, new strategies, and new ways to enjoy them, new challenges to take on. And it's just everything we could have asked for with that update. And of course, we're trying to put the same quality into our upcoming updates and taking everything that we learned with Cellbot Task Force and applying it to make these next set of updates bigger and better and more efficiently developed, more healthy in terms of pressure on the development team and also transparency with the community. And yeah, I think there's a lot to look forward to with the future of Toontown.
Yeah, I actually just want to piggyback on that. We could always use help too with people joining the team. Max asked in the chat, in what areas does the Toontown Rewritten Team need the most help with right now? And you could check our site, toon.town/apply, to just see all the positions that are open and inactive. And even if something's inactive, you're like, please apply. If it's something you love doing or interested in doing, help is always appreciated. But to answer that question though, I mean, we love to see like some more animators come in, some texture artists especially. We'd love to see graphic designers, Discord moderators, and even help building up our community engagement with things such as the partner program manager. Even on our Toontown Remastered trailer that was announced and shown at ToonFest, even at the end, it showed that we're welcoming people to apply and join the team. We could always use help, and the team's growing quite literally like every month. Like we just get more and more people, and it's really awesome to grow the family.
Can I interject real quick and say thank you to Cozy K for $5, Louie for $30, and the Mint Supervisor for $1. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting his cog bucks back.
I saw a great question from Darth Anonymous, who asked, are there any challenges that were surprising for updates that might have seemed small to the players?
Butterflies.
And yeah, well, one that I was going to bring up was actually in one of the more recent Toontown Written updates. I think there's a great example of this, of how hard the team works to get every detail right for the community. we added a feature that some of you may have seen, where if you exit the game using in windowed mode, then you'll get a pop-up that appears that double checks, like, are you sure you want to exit Toontown? Because we'd gotten some feedback about people accidentally clicking that button, Alt F4 or whatever else, and exiting out of the game accidentally because of how easy it was to do in window mode. And that might sound like a really small, simple feature. It's not like it was difficult to program, but we actually had a decent amount of discussion about it. Not a lot, but like a healthy amount of discussion about how do we create the best version of this feature for the players. So one of the things was like, well, there should be a prompt that says, toggle this option if you don't want to see this again. Because we know some people, maybe you're multi-tuning, maybe you are just like a more advanced Toontown player and you would be annoyed by that prompt popping up so much. So we wanted to make sure that there was a way to turn it off if you don't want to see it every time you click that X. We also made sure that it doesn't appear under certain scenarios. Like there are some parts of the game where maybe it makes sense to exit out without that prompt appearing. And it, it's sort of like low risk times to exit out of the game. And so then, maybe it doesn't need to appear. And things like, if you really quickly, you hit the X and then you press enter in sort of a quick succession, like that'll also close the prompt and allow the game to close. So there was intentional design put into that feature, as small as it is, to make it the highest quality version of that feature that we felt like we could build, and not just throw something in on a whim. And again, it's not like that's an impactful feature that's going to totally change Toontown, but we do believe on Toontown Rewritten that those small changes add up, and those small decisions across the entire game can create an experience that sets us apart from like a typical private server, a typical community-driven server. Like there's a reason that Toontown Rewritten has been around for almost 10 years now and is still as active and wonderful and has such a large community as it has. And we think in large part that's because of what we have done as a team and what you guys have done as a community to hold us to a high standard, above what would be expected from a normal fan project, to really put out content that we believe is in some cases higher quality than Disney's own content for Toontown Online. So anyway, that's the answer to that question from me. I don't know if anyone else here has other thoughts on like small things we might have released recently, or small things that we're currently working on that we can talk about that had surprising challenges.
I mean, I guess I can dive into a bit with under new management. I don't know if I could go into specifics, but like constantly, the team gets together to just make sure we're upholding the quality that not only we're trying to aim for, but also just to make sure, like, hey, is this something that we think matches the original Toontown Online, like aesthetic or personality or whatever, or gameplay? And it's certainly a challenge, but it's really, I guess, rewarding to like come across these problems and these questions and then finding a solution to them. And honestly, we've even like a fair amount of times come out on top with better solutions than we've had before. There's been many instances with like the facilities and balancing, and even the supervisor fights where we had to take a step back and go, is this what like we want, and does this match our vision? And it's tough, and we don't know if players will notice small details like that. But even for the smallest of things, we go on for hours on conversations about them.
We had another question from Duckington Finch, who said, in relation to the I guess art style of Toontown, do you feel that rotating 2D assets like the trees or the playground treasures are vital to the art style of Toontown, or just a limitation of the technology at the time? How do you determine what requires updating? I guess Daniel or Cassidy, do either of you have thoughts about that?
I'm a little biased on this. I do think it was kind of a limitation for them. I would love to make those into 3D assets. I think it's so ingrained into what the game is, though, that it might need to stay a part of it. I'm not sure, though. It's such a tricky thing, such a tricky topic to handle. Also, shout out to Callie B for $44. You're awesome. Your name reminds me of our beloved Discord bot, Calbot, my favorite.
Oh no, not Calbot.
No.
We love him.
Yeah, totally. For me, I think the 2D stuff definitely for Toontown Line was a limitation. I think nowadays it's ideally, I think the 3D assets would definitely still fit in the game. It's just a matter of consistency, because we don't want to create new stuff that's not consistent with the 2D assets. So generally, unless we update all the 2D stuff or most of it to be 3D, we don't want to like create new stuff that's inconsistent with the rest of the game. So it's kind of just a balancing act, which is kind of really the core of remastered in general, is just figuring out that balancing act of what do we replace and what realistically should be revamped, or what elements do we incorporate when designing the visual side of new content that we create.
Yeah, I think in a way, like, it was a limitation, but I think it was a limitation that worked to their advantage, because although when you look at Toontown today and see the graphics of it, you can totally tell it's an older game. That's no secret. But it honestly doesn't stand out as bad as a lot of other games from that same era. And I think part of that is the timeless art style that they went with, and a testament to all of the art directors who worked on the game, like Felipe Lara and Bridget Knopka, Bruce Woodside, and so many others. They created a style for the game that, through those 2D assets and other things, feels like you're in a classic cartoon. And because of that, you don't like it. I don't know, it doesn't bother me as much to see a 2D tree, because I just kind of accept, yeah, I'm in Toontown, and that's how cartoons work. And so while I certainly wouldn't be against replacing those as 3D, I think in some ways they have actually helped preserve the timelessness of the game. And if you look at even things like, say, Pirates of the Caribbean Online, which was the same studio, released a couple years later than Toontown, I think the art style of that game hasn't held up nearly as well, because it was trying to be gritty and realistic. Still a fantastic game, not knocking it at all, but the art style of that game, I think, has bogged it down over time, where you can tell it's old, you can tell that it hasn't quite stood the test of time. Whereas Toontown, because it's in this cartoony style, and because they've made very clever choices about the way they developed it, it's held up more. And I think that's something we're very conscious of as we're doing stuff like Paintbrush, to make sure that we aren't accidentally getting rid of some of the things that made it so timeless and wonderful. Because sometimes modernizing the graphics of things, like putting the 2023 edge on it, might sort of date it to 2023, when technology eventually advances and whatever gimmicks we're using in games nowadays start to show their cracks in the years to come.
I think you totally hit the nail on the head completely. Like, I never knew Pirates Online, but I just looked it up and saw the graphics. Like, Toontown did hold up really, really well. Especially when we start, every time we add, a little new touch on the old textures, it does feel timeless. But Alex, $125 again. Thank you.
Again?
You're
Oh my
epic.
gosh.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's amazing. Thank you all for the donations. Thank you, Alex, for supporting such a great cause.
You are
Also,
so
I've
cool.
moved the hangout in game to Acorn Acres. If anyone wants to come play Connect 4 or Find 4,
I want
anything
to.
like that.
We had a question a little bit ago from Ellie Cat, who said, "Are there any updates to share about the potential Toontown merch?" Yeah, that's something that we are going to be talking about soon. As promised at ToonFest, we're going to be sending out a survey to sort of open a conversation with the community about what do you think of the idea of gags and gears for good. And for those who didn't see it at the announcement panel, definitely go back and watch it for the full details. But Gags and Gears for Good was our idea for, can we have our art team create new Toontown merchandise that people can purchase and send all of the profit from that merchandise to charity, so that we're preserving our commitment to never collect or even touch any sort of donations from the public. That's something we still want to hold on to, but we do want to make Toontown merchandise more accessible to everyone, because, man, like we've seen on eBay, like flunky bobbleheads going for like $700, and like Toontown t-shirts for going for hundreds of dollars. And you know, Toontown Online is so old now, it's become a collector's market. Like a lot of these items are passed back and forth between high-end collectors, and while that's cool, you know, it does give Toontown kind of a neat part of history that it's worth that much now. It makes it inaccessible to the average person, like all of you who may not have $700 to spend on something from your favorite game that you want to represent in the real world. So we really like this idea of creating a real world merch store that people can get things to represent their love for Toontown without any of that money going to Toontown Rewritten, and instead sending it to great causes like ExtraLife or whichever other ones we may end up supporting with it. So be on the lookout on the Toontown blog. We've got some work done for that behind the scenes, and we're going to be rolling out that survey soon. And we would love to hear all of your thoughts about what you think of such a thing, because it is different than anything we've done before, and maybe even a little riskier than things that we've done before. And we don't want to move forward with it unless it's something that the Toontown community wants us to do.
It looks like we got some more donations too. Cozy K donated $10 as well as a donation from Maury. Thank you guys so much for helping out with this.
It. Thank you.
Yeah, with this amazing good cause. Sorry, I got a little distracted. I'm paying attention to this very invigorating Find 4 game.
Related to under new management, there was a question someone asked, where do the under new management cogs fit into the hierarchy of the cog gallery? Bro, is that something that we know about yet?
Yeah. There's definitely been a lot of discussion regarding where they fit in the hierarchy, and I hope I don't do the designers wrong in the injustice, but I'm pretty sure the perspective we're seeing it as is like they're essentially like beyond like a level 50 like big cheese. So like there can only be one supervisor in each department. There can't be like, there can be multiple like level 50 big cheeses in like, for say the disguises, but supervisors, there's only like kind of one of a kind really. So once kind of like the VP and whatnot, once they get replaced, another one takes its place, and that's essentially how it goes with the supervisors.
That's so
So
exciting.
with that said, it seems like Does that imply, Ro? Probably not seeing supervisors on the cog gallery because they're sort of above your average everyday working class cog. They'll be more like the VP and CFO and all that, where they exist sort of outside of the cog gallery.
For sure. I think it's the same way like you don't see the director of ambush marketing in the cog gallery. They're just a kind of a unique, one of a kind position. Same with the hedge fund guy. What's his name? In Kaboomberg.
Yes, the unseen in Kaboomberg hedge fund manager, whose desk is in the middle of Daisy Gardens.
That's a great question.
There was also a question from Lobby 50 who asked, well, they said first, thanks for all the quality of life fixes that we've put into the game. And is there a chance that we're working on client-sided gag clerks, such as people being able to talk to clerks simultaneously and bind gags? And I can speak to that one because this is one that I feel a little passionately about, and I know that it may be a controversial opinion, but I can give some context as to why that feature doesn't currently exist in Toontown Rewritten. One of our design pillars, in terms of like, things we look at in Toontown Rewritten as like, these are the core principles that we follow for our content, is that Toontown is a living, zany Tooniverse. And what we mean by that is we try not to view Toontown as a game, but rather view it as sort of like our window into it is a literal window into another world. Like we're looking into a real world that exists in Toontown. And part of that is trying to apply logic to it that doesn't have to be realistic, because of course Toontown is a wacky and again, the pillar is a living, zany Tooniverse, so it's a crazy place, but we kind of want things to be like, it's similar to how in real life you see someone having a conversation with someone else, and you can't just walk up to that person, interrupt them, and like start having a simultaneous conversation as they're talking to that other person. It's one of those things that I think is really neat about the design of Toontown, especially for its time, because it wasn't really the case that MMOs did this at the time, is that you see permanent changes in the world based off of other players' actions. And so things like cog buildings taking over toon buildings, and that being something that changes for all players who are looking at it, that really was kind of unheard of at the time of Toontown Online's design. Maybe that's more common nowadays in games, but there's really neat things that Toontown does that makes it a persistent world that you can have a direct impact on, even in something as simple as having a conversation with an NPC. And so while yes, it does make it a little more frustrating at times to have to like wait in line to talk to someone, I know some people will disagree with me about it. My take on this is that it's actually part of the charm of Toontown, in that it's like waiting in those lines and talking to other players sometimes can be one of the more impactful parts of the game, is like having conversations during times that the game is making you wait. It's similar to the reason that there's elevators, like when you're going from one cog floor to the next and you're kind of stuck in this like 10-second cutscene where you have nothing else to do but just listen to elevator music. There's no reason really for that to be in the game, technically speaking. Like it's already loaded the next area, the next cogs are already queued up, but those are the moments that you end up chatting with other players and asking them how their day was, and just kind of like getting a break to soak in the world of Toontown. So I know that might make me weird for saying that, but it's something that I think makes the game really charming. And while I'm not saying that we would never do client-sided NPCs, because I think there's certainly a time and place for those, that like quality of life should take priority over that rule. That's at least the reason we haven't done it so far, is it's not that it's hard to implement. It's just that it goes against one of our design principles, and we want to be thoughtful about when we choose to break that design principle.
On that note, you brought up elevators. That just reminded me of one of my most vivid Toontown Online memories as a kid was when we'd all very first VP, Cellbot VP, just like the huge crowds just flocking the elevator and seeing who could get in first. It's just so vivid to me. It was so much fun.
Yeah. And actually, that was one of the, again, it was a slightly controversial change at the time we did it. We changed up boarding groups. So like you have to enter an elevator to use the boarding group. And that was kind of like trying to get back to the realm of like Toontown being a real world where you have to like do physical actions and other people can like see the impact of those actions rather than what we felt like was kind of a poor player experience of the previous version of boarding groups where you click the button to teleport away and like if you're a new player, you have no idea what happened. Like suddenly like all these people who are just standing around at a random point in the cog facility just disappear and are and you're left alone there, and that didn't feel great. So, you know, it's not for everyone. I know that some people don't like that kind of gameplay because they're very go, go, go. They're very, like, all about the, like, how quickly can I grind through this in Toontown? But we try and lean on the more casual side of adding those moments where that you don't often see in other games. It also looks like we got a couple other donations that came in. I think looks like Spooky donated $5 as well as Billy. And I'm not sure if it was shouted out before, so I'll just shout it out again. I think Cozy K donated 10 and Maury donated 5. So thank you all for that. Oh no, it looks like our audio is being a little crunchy again based on the chat messages. So hopefully things will go back to normal soon.
Personally,
there's a lot of phenomenal questions with our content that are being asked, but I'm too scared to answer them. Really,
You're scared.
yeah,
Man.
I don't want to confirm or anything.
Well, Allie says, not a question, but a massive shout out to the TTR staff for being, I don't know if someone already said that. I was also engrossed in the Connect 4 game.
Yeah, speaking of staff shoutouts, I forgot to mention earlier with like the positions that the team is like on the lookout for. Another one that is like a very appreciated position that we're eagerly looking for more applications from is support representative. So if anyone loves to just like help people out and get involved with like people, that's a position I totally recommend checking out.
Duckington Finch is asking, are the cogs gonna have new voices? I don't know, but one of our members, Stripey, and also Ro, did pretty good impressions of what they could sound like.
Oh no.
Stripey did it really good.
Yeah, I guess that's a great question, and that's definitely been considered.
No, you're dodging this.
You are dodging the question.
How about we do Clerk? That one was a fun one.
Putting me on the spot here. For clarification, that was a really rough read of like some of their dialogue, I guess. That was totally impromptu.
It's really good.
I would have to look up some of their lines if I were to do an impression. So give me one moment. But to answer the one question,
Finch is asking if you're Toon enough, Ro. I don't know. Are you Toon enough?
I don't know about that. He's been.
hold on. I'm pulling up their dialogue right now to see if I could pull any fun
All
ones.
right, good.
It'll probably be
I'm-
soon enough if he says the lines, but if he doesn't, then I don't know.
You're right. There's 9
As-
minutes left, so
As I'm pulling it up, I do want to answer the one question though of if they'll be having unique voices, and that's certainly something we were in deep discussion about. But we took a step back and we kind of realized, I think one of the reasons cogs are so charming is just how dull they are, really. How just like they're repetitive in nature. They're just trying to get work done, and there's nothing special about them really. And one of the ways that's cleverly done is that they all really have the same voice. The only distinction is just the tone. If it's like rattly for Skelecogs, normal for all of them, and just a little bit deeper in tone for the bosses. So I wouldn't expect like brand new like voices for them, but it's certainly fun to imagine how they would sound.
They just speak
they were
real
in-
English this time.
yeah.
That would
No,
be
they
a
make
big
tune
twist.
noises.
And since we have just a couple minutes left, I want to give a shout out again that we are raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals and through ExtraLife. And yeah, there's some links in the chat to donate.toonffc.org. The event isn't ending here. I believe, I'm not sure who it is, but someone is coming on after us, and the stream is going to keep going. So definitely stick around. But if you have any final questions for us, be sure to send them in the chat. Even if it's a question you've asked before, we might have missed it. We aren't going to have time to get to all of them, but we're going to try our best. So, let us know any burning questions you have on your mind about Toontown in our last couple minutes before we turn it over to the next person.
Someone's asking us our favorite cogs.
I didn't know we could have favorites.
Everyone
Alright.
has a favorite, you know.
Well, they're
Okay,
boring.
the
This-
Mingler. Like, who did?
Wait, should I get my flag? Should I go get my flag?
I don't know,
Am
should
I-
you?
Am I allowed to show that?
Yeah, I'd see.
It's
why
not inappropriate.
Yay! Yippee! Okay, I'll get it.
Mine's probably got to be the Robber Baron, just because I love fighting the CFO so much. So I'm always in my Robber Baron fit.
I'm very biased, and unfortunately, I can't. Like, no one can approve if my opinion's right or not outside of the team. But I love the foreman and the auditor, how they look. I think they're very
Yes.
goofy cog-like, and I'm
They're
really
pretty
excited.
cool.
Yeah, to share them.
Club
The
president
auditor's
is also
really cool.
awesome.
He might be a close second for me.
Really?
My
I
my
love
favorite
the
cog
Mingler.
is
I love the
Oh my
Mingler.
I didn't even know you had that.
Yeah, I have this.
Wait, so we both just love the Mingler. We like had no idea. that
I
we
also
shared
love
it.
Flunky. I think Flunky's so adorable. He's just classic.
I was going to mention the Flunky is just so cute.
He's so
Flunky,
cute.
yeah.
His little glasses.
I
Yeah.
didn't notice that his eyes are like really beady, like behind the glasses, until
Yeah.
He's
so
possessed.
recently,
He's
and
just a
it
little
scared
guy.
me.
Yeah.
It's a little scary. He looks like Bruce from Finding Nemo when he like smells blood and his eyes get. It's a little scary.
my favorite cog has got to be the chairman. I just gotta say.
Uh,
come
No, I changed my
on.
answer. I changed my answer.
Oh, I know why you changed your answer, Danny.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whoa!
the
That was so dark.
There's also, just to kind of move the questions forward, there was a question from Eamon who asked, any plans on special edition tunes like the Red-Nosed Reindeer, White Bear, Black Cats? All of those will definitely be coming back this year for Halloween and the winter holiday. We don't have plans for any more types of tunes like that right now, but I think that there might be some spooky things happening during the month of October to keep an eye out for. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that, and definitely send us your feedback about what other special types of tunes you might want to see in the future. Strato, yes, there is a Who Framed Roger Rabbit reference in the Field Office launch blog post. Yeah, in some roundabout way, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is kind of canon. Maybe it's fully canon to Toontown Rewritten.
Is it really?
I don't know. I don't know if there's probably some parts of it that might break our world a little bit, but I think that some parts of it certainly need to be canon. I don't know. Maybe there's a Toontown multiverse, but I don't know if I want to get into all that.
Oh boy.
Is the
No
goof
tell
canon?
multiverse.
Wait, what was that
The dip.
stuff called? The dip. We're making the dip
Yeah.
canon.
Oh man.
Also, someone asked about showing Toontown merch, and I wanted to show the lanyard from ToonFest in case people didn't get a chance to see it. But we gave out these lanyards that had tunes on the front and cogs on the back.
I have my
little
Dreamland
buttons.
blanket. Let me go grab it.
I
Oh
also
my
have
gosh, you
my
should.
Oh, I'm gonna
Had
get.
a
We're getting
Big
Toontown merch.
cheese pin. This is not real. It looks like the Disneyland one. Someone got like 1 million duplicates of like the fake one and sent them to Joey, and so the team got a bunch of fake big cheese pins. And this is new. I just got this. Someone drew my tune. A little
Oh,
badge
that's
that I keep on
adorable.
here.
So cute.
Yeah. And this was also a prize if you completed our activity at ToonFest. You could get this.
Oh, that pin. I
Pin.
love that pin. Here's
So
the
cute.
Dreamland blanket.
Yeah.
It's so cozy.
I'm so
I sleep
jealous.
with it every night.
We also got a $20 donation from Princess Pickles. Thank you for sending that in our last couple of minutes here. I saw a question from Strato who asked, will parts of the task line be changed to include tasks involving Snooze Square NPCs when that comes out?
Ooh.
Ash, do you want to speak to that at all for tasks when Snooze Square is available?
Where was that question? I'm so sorry. I can't find it.
It's from Strato Martin. It says, will parts of the task line be changed a bit to include tasks involving Snooze Square NPCs when that comes out?
We have not worked on that. I can't say, but just from asking, I would say that I don't believe those tasks would be changed. I think that it would more so be like additional tasks are created to incorporate Snooze Square. I don't anticipate that the traditional task line will be changed though. I see it more of an expansion rather than an alteration to Donald's Dreamland. But again, all of this is undecided. We haven't really talked about that yet, so I can't really say. But if you had to hear my opinion, I would say it would probably be treated more like an expansion than an alteration.
Awesome. And also, we just got a $5 donation from Cookie. It does bring us to the end of our time. We got to turn it over to Mia O'Milk Tea, who's going to be up next. But I really want to thank you all so much for being here to support ToonFest for charity, supporting ExtraLife, supporting Toontown in general. It means so much to us. But also big shout out to everyone in this call: Danny, Ash, Cassidy, Daniel, Ro, Gigi, as well as Lappy, who has been supporting us behind the scenes, and all of the ToonFest for charity staff. We are just so glad to be able to do events like this. I'm sorry we didn't get to answer all of your questions, but rest assured there will be more opportunities to ask the Toontown Rewritten stuff in the future, the Toontown Rewritten team stuff in the future. I guess any final thoughts from the Toontown team here before we break off?
Yeah, just to echo, big massive thank you to everyone that showed up, who's been asking questions, everyone that donated, of course, and just talking about all of this has just made me super excited for everything, and I hope you guys are just excited for everything that's to come.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
want to
I'm just
quickly.
so grateful to be a part of this, and I'm so grateful for everyone's super thoughtful questions. Super thankful for the people who donated. That's what this is all about. And I want to say that I hope there are more chances in the future, aside from ToonFest and this stream, that we're able to interact like this, because it's so much fun talking with everyone in the community and playing the game. So that's what I wanted to say.
And we just
We
got
just
word that we reached
$1,000.
1,000
Whoa.
from an anonymous donation of 95.
Oh
That
my
is insane. That's so cool. Thank you again, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
someone. Thank you, Cookie, and thank you, Princess Pickles, Bumblebees. You guys, I love you.
Yeah, I fully believe that y'all are going to raise some more money by the end of this. I think ToonFest for Charity is always a great event that makes a real difference in the world, and it's thanks to all of you in the Toontown community who make it as fun as it is. So we were so glad to be a part of it. Super excited that we hit $1,000, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your night. Be sure to stick around and watch Mia O Milk Tea, who's going to be picking up the stream from here. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.